been a while since I made a video. I got this in the mail the other day. This is from Big Bad Toy Store. This is the Syndicate Collectibles Army of Darkness chainsaw. I'm gonna go over, is it worth buying for the price? The construction, is it good construction? Is it accurate? Things like that. And also reasons why it's not accurate, or little details that are accurate. And I know a lot of people there's mixed emotions and mixed feelings about this. Some people like it, some people hate it. Okay, here's another box. Box in a box. And a box in a box. And I like a box in a box because it protects it. So the packing so far, top notch. So you can see right here, it says Army of Darkness Ashes Chainsaw Electric Prop Replica. I'm on with it. So far it looks good. It's officially licensed Army of Darkness chainsaw. So here's the side, right there, the top, the back, and of course, the front. Ashes Chainsaw Electric Prop Replica. You can see the back end where the hand goes in. A little bit of the front of the bar. Also has instructions that tell you has a handle that you hold on to if you don't know what a handle is used for. So there you go. Looks great right inside of here. It's really good. And there it is. Look at that. Let's take a look at the looks, then we'll go over the sound and all that stuff later. Initial look, it looks like Ash's chainsaw. It's got the little bolts and everything. Looks pretty good, looks really good. Lacking some detail, not a big deal. I heard this works. Oh, it's just floppy, but that's pretty neat. The grill, they got the wider grill. Army of Darkness had a wider grill, or a thicker grill. Sorry, not wider, but thicker. It's got caps. Has the muffler. It has the right clamp here. That's nice, like it. All in all, in general, it's really good. Paint's not bad either. Really, it isn't. Now let's go over some of the other details that it's lacking. Now, number one, this isn't an Army of Darkness chainsaw. This is more of an Ash versus Evil Dead one. I understand why they went with the Ash versus Evil Dead, most likely because it's a cleaner look. The Army of Darkness one is quite beat up. So I'll give them that, I understand that. So really, you can paint it up, modify it however you want. This thing's gonna be hard to mod because it is hollow plastic. So it's gonna be really tough to mod these things up. Things that aren't accurate, right here, fuel caps, oil and gas cap. They're tiny. They're not even close to size. They're itty bitty and not very big at all. They do have the emblems on it, which is neat. They didn't paint one red. So you can always do that, not a big deal. Bolt sizes, they're off. They're a little small, but again, not a big deal. This piece is strapped. The strap looks really good. Looks really good from this angle, but if you turn it, it's actually solid. But that's because it's mass produced. They're not having a guy just bolt those things on. So again, that gets passed. That looks good. I mean, all that's, the muffler looks, everything looks relatively really good. But it definitely is an Ash versus Evil Dead style chainsaw. They did get the length of the front very much close to what Army of Darkness is. That's cool. First off is the blade. Now, I don't mind how thick it is because they had, if you want to say, is it accurate? Well, it is an Ash vs. Evil Dead style, but they had the license for Army of Darkness, so that gets a pass. But they did have some stunt chainsaws that did have a thick blade, very similar to this. But there is some things I hate. I'm gonna let that go for just a second. Is one thing I did notice here, it does have some of the kind of faded black paint. That's pretty cool. It'd be cool if it was a little thicker, but that's just me nitpicking. Let's go to the things that I hate about this. And there's not very many. But let's go back to the blade. I don't like this paint, this blood splatter. You're limiting the look of this chainsaw. If this would have been just clean, a clean chainsaw blade, but with that blacking in there, somebody could go to a convention and use fake blood, you know, in a gel form and coat it down and make it look nice. The problem is when you paint stuff with blood and make it look bloody, most of the time it looks like you just stirred up a paint can with it. And that's what this looks like. You really limited the look. I mean, it's 3D, but getting that off there is gonna be a nightmare. I hate this. This side handle is the worst. Number one, it's very flimsy. Number two, it's in a bad spot. It's not supposed to be cocked forward like this. The only thing that I've found online is from the auction photos, the VIP auction photos, when they took photos and auctioned off the Ash vs. Evil Dead chainsaws. There was a busted one that had the handle forward up here. It was busted. Maybe they use that as their design. The biggest problem with this, other than it looks like crap, is the fact with it forward like this, and you're going to a convention or something where there's a lot of people, with it forward like this rather than it's supposed to be about right there. That's gonna get hung up on stuff, and it's so flimsy, it's gonna break. You can modify it, you can use a textured paint or a rubberizer spray to actually thicken it up, give it a better look, make it look better, but that positioning is the shits. I hate that thing. These don't have a pull cord. The reason why they don't have a pull cord is it said it'd be a choking hazard. I don't know the restrictions on that. If any rope at all is considered a choking hazard. They could have literally had one that just hung down a little bit, about like that far. But if you wanted to, you could take it apart, do that yourself. If you really want to do that, go that far, yeah. It'll improve it, but it won't make that look better, because that is shits. The bottom, everybody's big complaints the bottom. What do I think of the bottom? It is quite ugly. Not terrible, but quite ugly. This big giant hump right here. But I understand why this is like this, and it is for more hand room. So I get that. So I'm not gonna complain about it. It's more for function than looks. And it's the bottom, let it go. I mean, it is kind of, boom. Look at that thing, look at that dump truck. So that gets past. I don't like the speaker up here. I don't like it's up here. They should have figured out how to put it over here. It would have been hidden. They could have had vents inside here for that rather than it just looking obscene up here. Just the look alone, I don't hate it. I think the look is really, really well done. Except for that stupid handle. That is the shits. Another thing that bugs me, but I don't hate, is this top handle is super light and kind of, you wouldn't trust it. Like if I literally put half my weight and just went like this, that would break. They have these slots right here. I don't know if it's to make it lighter or what, but it's just, it didn't look great. Really severe modification of the cutting into this is out the window since it is just pieces of plastic basically just screwed together. Now this has a vertical handle, as the instructions said. Let's see if my hand fits in there. And it does. This is why now I give it a pass on length, because it's real close. They did a good job with that. Yeah, dump truck. On the inside, I can feel the trigger on the handle. That's nice, the placement's really nice. And let me take a look on the inside. There is quite a bit of room in here. Let's see if I can give you guys a good view of the inside of this. So yeah, a lot of good room. All in all, on look, I give this thing a passing grade of an A. I would have probably, well, that's being a little lenient. I'd say give it an A-, because I just can't overlook that. That is the shits. That's the only way to describe that thing, you know, hot garbage handle right there. You almost had it perfect, but then somebody said that was accurate. Might as well just left it off, because there was one Army of Darkness that didn't even have a handle. That would have been more accurate. This isn't what I would call a showpiece by any means. This is one of those things you put on a shelf and you see it from a distance and you're like, whoa, you got a chainsaw hand. But they walk up close and you're like, oh, that's a toy. What's up with that funky handle? That's the shits. You are gross. I don't like you. I got the batteries for it. Let's put the batteries in there and see if it works. Has an on-off switch right there. It's extremely loud. Really loud. Okay, it kind of sounds like a chainsaw, but it sounds like somebody's sitting in a diesel truck while it's idling, then you push the trigger and it sounds like he's just blowing ass. Or sounds like a diesel truck driving and he's honking at people. Just a regular diesel, like, you know, Super D something. Or a pissed off goose in a tractor pull. It works though. All right, maybe I'm just, let me check that sound out again.
Listen to this, two goats a miss. Oh!
Everything works. I will now grade this. Packing, A+. Great packing. Not just with Syndicate Collectibles, but also with Big Bad Toy Store. They did a great job. Construction of this, I give it kind of a, I'd say a B-, because the two things you grab onto on the outside are flimsy. These two things with the construction. Accuracy. That's gonna be not a grade, it's gonna be a pass or fail. I'll give it a pass. It isn't an Army of Darkness. It's more of an Ash versus Evil Dead. But I understand why they did it. The cleaner look would sell, it's easier to make. Also, they have the license for Army of Darkness. So they could put the name on it. Paint, I give it a B. This, the body. I mean, you get a little overspray, it's gonna happen from a factory. It's great, great. This right here, this wannabe blood spray, that looks terrible. It looks bad. Really limits the look that you can do to it. I don't like that. But is this worth buying for 150 bucks? Oh, you bet your ass it is. It really is. It is worth buying, it's worth having. If you're a fan who always wanted a chainsaw hand, but couldn't afford one of the really nice done ones out of a Home Light, this is right up your alley, and it's convention safe. This is the worst about it, 100%. This is just a little better. The rest of the construction's great. That abomination is, you suck. Yeah, I'd say A- for a total. It's worth buying if you're an Evil Dead fan. Not the greatest thing in the world, but it's the only thing out there at an affordable price. And I know some people have had problems when they get them, they're broke. I know one guy that was broke off. I think the body just rejected that ugly handle, that's the shits, and just broke it off itself. But yeah, things not working, sound, whatnot. You don't get to experience the wild goose.
Shut up, bitch!
It's cool. But there it is. This is the Syndicate Collectibles. Ash vs. Evil Dead. Bleh. Sorry, Army of Darkness chainsaw. But it's really an Ash vs. Evil Dead. But hey, I just looked in the camera and saw that ugly ass handle again. I hate that thing. Fix that, Syndicate Collectibles. That is the worst thing ever. Anywho, yeah, if you're in the market to get one, get one. So it has my full endorsements except for that stupid handle. Until next time, guys, stay groovy.